Is planning to introduce a law to increase the retirement age of private sector employees to 60. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah proposed to increase the retirement age of private sector employees, leaving the captains of industry worried as they were hoping for more easing of labour regulations. Decision is not applicable to hundreds of information technology and biotechnology companies as they enjoy exemption from the Labour Act. Also, companies which have less than 50 employees are also exempt. The association has sent a letter to the Labour Ministry expressing concern over the move. Let's go across to my colleague Sagaraj joining us with further details. Sagaraj, we're looking at a new move that's been opposed by private companies over here, where the Karnataka government wants to increase the retirement age up to 62 more years. What is it that the companies really say? What are their concerns on this move of the government?
The companies have pointed out of the young blood, saying that there are increasing unemployment in the state at this point of time. If you increase the age of private sector employment retirement from 58 to 60, the 2 years gap, there will be a lot more unemployment which might grow in the state of Karnataka. So they are also saying that by doing this, Karnataka government is also trying to curtail the young blood who can come into the field and contribute more, are being restrained to get into the new job. Back to you.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. The other also could be, Sagaraj, this is a move to try and woo the existing employees of so many hundreds of people who are employed at that given point of time.
Absolutely, keeping 2018 elections in the mind, BJP says that this move has been come at very late because this was a brainchild of B.S. Yediyurappa when he was a chief minister, saying that they should increase the retirement age from 58 to 60. Now, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who was keeping quiet all this while, has tried to move the trump card at his last budget and announcing that the retirement age will increase from 58 years to 60 years, and definitely Congress might benefit when they go out for campaigning in next year.
All right, Sagaraj, request you to stay with us. Let's bring in Mr. Brijesh Kalappa of the Congress joining us over the phone line. Mr. Kalappa, there is, of course, as expected, criticism that's coming in for the fact that Karnataka government wants to increase the age of retirement by 2 more years. The private sector, which is going to be affected the most, Mr. Kalappa says that's not a good move by the government.
No, they have to convince us as to why it's not a good move. As you know, in Karnataka, we give free food to all its citizens, and we have taken a number of measures to ensure that health and vitality of an individual is protected, beyond a particular age. And Karnataka has the healthiest citizens because we ensure that adequate nutrients are provided to all citizens. Now, keeping this in mind, naturally, it flows from that the citizens of Karnataka are healthy, and considering that longevity has now increased, then it's only certain that the citizens of the state must also receive the benefit of, because what's the point in becoming totally useless at the age of 58?
No, the concern is, Mr. Kalappa, of the private players here, that anyways, the fact that you're going to be increasing this retirement age for 2 more years, there is a lot of unemployment in the state that continues. Now, if you increase the age, we're looking at how there is going to be a curve on bringing in fresh, new, young blood into the industry as well. And by 2 more years additional to the working of an individual, we're seeing that the unemployment, I beg your pardon, will only increase looking at that logic.
No, but Karnataka is actually the one state where we attract the maximum investment. We are number one in terms of investment. We are also number one in terms of how the economy is placed. So in the entire country. So keeping this in mind, I think providing employment is no problem. But making sure that a person is not used to his full and is let go at an earlier age than presently is something which we would certainly, because even in government, We have a retirement age of 60. So, and that is now contemplated to be increased by Modi ji. So naturally, we are also taking steps in that direction.
Okay, but your opposition are looking at this very kindly. We have Mr. S. Prakash also, who's joining in over the phone line. Mr. S. Prakash, your thoughts on the arguments that are coming in from the Congress at this given on this particular issue, where they're increasing the age of requirement by 2 more years, Mr. Prakash?
We all welcome it. When the government the private and it is a welcome.
Mr. Prakash, do you also believe that this could be a step towards wooing a large number of sections, looking at the fact that Karnataka goes to elections in 2018? We believe close to 45 lakh people will be benefiting from this. Is this a concern for the BJP?
It is when House passes in unanimously, the subsidy was voted by Mr. Siddaramaiah, Minister. Instead of looking at the political aspects, look at it as a benefit for the employees. That's what I personally feel about it. Everything evaluating in electoral terms will not be good for the society. Let's welcome it as 2 more years will be available for a person to work and for his family and for his benefit.
All right, Mr. S. Prakash, Mr. Brajesh Kalapa, thank you very much indeed for joining us with your points of view on this. Interestingly enough, let me go back to my colleague Sagairaj as well, that the BJP, at least Mr. S. Prakash of the BJP seems to be on board here. Interesting comments coming in, Sagairaj. He says that we welcome this move. With this move, we'll see many more people who will continue to be employed and they will generate further income for themselves and their families. So the BJP is not opposing this move, looking at the fact that even Karnataka goes to elections in 2018. Sagairaj.
BJP and Congress are on the same page when it comes to the retirement age, and Prakash, who spoke to us, has already clarified, saying that it was a brainchild of B.S. Siddaramaiah when he was a chief minister, and Congress has just fulfilled the promises of BJP which was made earlier. But many political analysts have questioned the timing of introducing this, because 2018 election is nearing and this will be probably the last budget of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah much before the campaigning of 2018 begins in the next year. So they feel that this is just to woo the voters and attract the private sector employees who have been working all this while. But they have also questioned that by doing this, they are also encouraging unemployment in the state, because for next 2 years there might be many more.
Okay, we'll have to leave it at that for a moment, Sagairaj. Running out of time. Thanks very much for joining us with those details.